Coming to you from the studios at the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66, it's the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast.
Rock and roll Chicago, rock and roll Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock your city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best here around.
Hey, everybody, it's Ray the Roadie.
And Hollywood Mike one more time this week.
And calm again.
I'm calm again.
You are calm again.
I am. I don't know what it is.
Man, are you on drugs?
No, I'm not on any drugs.
No drugs?
No, nothing like that.
Did you drink bourbon before you came here and didn't share with me?
You have to be a little more specific when you say before I came here. I mean, because, it could be, you can't drink all day unless you start in the morning.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. No, but I'm just, I don't know. I'm just kind of laid back and
cool.
Whatever.
That's cool.
Summertime.
Yeah. I love summertime.
Yeah.
Got to get that pool warmed up so I go in it because I'm a wuss. I won't go in the cold water. Brand new pool and I can't step foot in it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man.
I know. Maybe I should have some bourbons and then I'll have the balls to get in
there. That's what we're going to do. Yeah. We got some guys in the studio tonight.
We do tonight. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. It's Altered Root.
Altered Root. Oh, come on. There it is.
There's their fans.
It took them a while.
Yeah. So my question is, are you guys a bunch of botanists that genetically do stuff to plants? That's the altered root thing? Or?
Crazily enough.
We are. I am onto something. Holy cow.
Crazily enough, that is not the source of the name. But I do have some crazy history in that area, but nothing to do with altered root. The name came from a club that I started 15 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And it was a club. It was for recreational musicians, for people that don't have time to be in a band. Patrick was one of the original inspirations for it. And people that didn't have time to be in a band or couldn't find people to play with or who were just starting out, it's like, man, I'm not a golfer. I'm not a tennis player. And hanging out with that kind of crew doesn't at all interest me. But creating a community in Chicago of people that they can gather and just really gather around music. And all of us met through that club. Sean, I met you before that.
We were friends before.
Yeah, we were friends before.
But I got tagged in.
That's
so
right.
That was the way to do that, right?
And so that was called Altered Stage. And when you look back, that Altered Stage is really the root of, where we all started. And as a bass guy, aside from playing the root notes, it's kind of like I learned guitar a little bit. Enough to write music and give it to Patrick. And, some of the notes that I created are kind of notes. They were a little bit more altered than that. So we figured it was kind of a cool name for the band.
It is.
Yeah. Did you meet at a club? You said this club you started a club. Where'd you meet?
So Patrick and I met beforehand. Yep. We played together. We were in we had the same guitar teacher, actually. And he said, man, you got to meet this guy, Patrick. He's like you. He even wears Iron Maiden shoes. And so that's
wow.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so I met Patrick and he and I just started playing together.
We were taking guitar lessons and he brought us together. And at that place, we could, every 6 months, we would do a show at the House of Blues.
Okay.
And then both him and I loved Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden. So we played one song and then wait another 6 months to play the next song. And it was like, well, I'm not a full-time musician. I need to do something. I want to keep this going. Like, it's such a big adrenaline rush. And so he had this idea to start this club and get a whole bunch of people that are, full-time workers, but, want to be full-time rock stars.
Right.
And then so we all got together and this is kind of like the root, like Sean was a singer for us. And
But where'd you get together though? So there was, in the
basement.
Hang out in somebody's garage?
Oh, no, we had a space in the West Loop.
Well, it started in your garage, right? Metal Church.
Well, it started in my basement.
Your basement. Yeah, Metal Church was the basement. And then it was what was the place in the city that you guys would, the Music Rush?
Music Rush.
We would
it was
rehearse
Music
there.
Rush in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he went big time and he built his own space out.
Yeah.
And then that's where it felt like really real at that point.
And so just a bunch of people just would get together and
Well,
talk
it was a
about
membership.
jam music.
No, it was a membership.
It really was.
It was
almost
a country
like
club.
if you can imagine a gym membership,
Right.
But rock musician oriented.
Yeah.
It was like that. So like people could come as much or as little as they wanted.
Okay.
They got key cards.
They had there was a monthly
Wow.
fee,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
And so you go in, you walk in, and there's other people there. Now what do you do?
You jam. I mean, you
So
plan
it
out.
was set up. There was a back line set up the whole bit. It was just kind of like an open jam going
We
on.
had 2 different jam studio rooms and 3 different rehearsal practice rooms for lessons. And we had a nice sort of open space for connective. We had free beer for everybody.
Wow.
Surprisingly, it didn't go as quickly as I thought it would. You know? People were trying to like keep their skills.
That is kind of shocking that
It
the room
is.
full of musicians and the beer's just
And
sitting
the
there.
beer's free, right? Exactly. Very unexpected.
So your mistake was you weren't growing weed in there.
I know, right? Well, that was in the way back. We don't talk about that.
Right. God, that's an interesting concept. So,
Yeah.
that's not going on anymore?
No, I shut it down after COVID. We made it through
Yeah.
COVID, and it was pretty beautiful how the community came together. Nick was one of our instructors who was mostly drums, but he did, a little bit of keys.
I thought he was about to say mostly.
everything.
I thought he was about to say mostly drunk. he was mostly drunk. But he said drunk.
You said free beer, right?
That was me most of the time.
Yeah, he was
actually.
mostly drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Wow.
So how much was this membership?
$200 a month.
Wow.
Between 150, 200.
And how many people were
but you
members of this
got-
club?
But you got a few lessons depending upon whatever your skill level was, you got a certain number of lessons. So to help out, people that were more advanced would want to get a little bit more technical help. Some of the beginner people, they just wanted to play, and we got everybody up on stage eventually.
I'm just going to be a shameless plug, but you need to meet Ron Romero,
Who is Ron Romero?
the founder and CEO of this museum.
Sweet.
Because what is going on downstairs, which unfortunately we can't bring you downstairs because there's construction and stuff going on.
Yeah.
But there's an entire rehearsal space downstairs. In fact, we are pretty much sitting over it right now. The stage would be located back in this area over here. And it's a small enough venue you could put, I don't know, 50, 60 people in it or whatever. There's even chairs and everything set up down there. There's a full back line down there. Drums, the whole bit, right? And he was renting it out for people. Like my band rented it out a couple of times just to have a place to rehearse.
Yeah.
There's lights in the ceiling. There's even a control room off to the side where you can record your rehearsals if you wanted to and everything.
Pretty
But the
sweet.
whole thing is set up and ready to go. And then there's also classrooms and everything downstairs, right? And because the ultimate plan and dream is to have this to be almost kind of like a, lack of a better term, a school of rock where people can come and learn how to play, learn how to play with each other, learn how to be in a band. And it's all set up down there. And it sounds like exactly what you kind of
That's where I
had
got
going
the
on.
idea. My son was in School of Rock, and when I pull up to drop him off for the first day of camp, I see this battle of the School of Rock bands, and it was Judas Priest versus Iron Maiden. I'm like, is this school for me? Like, no, it's just for kids.
Wow.
And what it made me think, though, is kids don't usually just find music like that.
Yeah.
It comes because somebody at home is listening to it.
Right.
And I'm like, so many parents, I went for their recital and we heard like, oh, I wish there was something like this for adults. I'm like, yeah, me too. Okay, let's go start it.
And they stole your idea because now every single School of Rock has an adult class.
Right.
now. Yeah.
And it seemed that didn't take at first when we got rolling because it really isn't cool. We created a cool place for people to hang out. And it was just for adults.
Yeah,
and,
right,
And it
right.
worked out real well.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
we shut
somebody's
it
very
down.
cool.
Yeah, mostly because I just didn't have time to run it, and it was a real beast to keep that experience what we wanted. So shut it down and really started focusing on creating this concept album, Drone, that we released in March. And so we sort of got the band back together, as Jake would say over there, and started working through and finishing up this project we started a bunch of years ago.
Right. And how long has the project been going on then?
We wrote the first song.
We wrote Drone probably
So it wasn't
years
Tuesday.
ago.
Yeah, it wasn't Tuesday. Yeah.
Wednesday.
It was before we started Altered Stage.
Yeah.
We would meet in his basement, which we call Metal Church, because we meet every Sunday morning.
You guys remember that band, right?
Yeah. Not because of the band.
Yeah.
And then we wrote this song together. And then from there, it spawned this whole, there's more to tell this story from just this one song. And then, you know, every time we meet, we just always come back to it. It's like, oh, when are we going to do this? When are we going to go back to this? Like, let's continue the story. And then Jeff just took it as our guiding light, wrote down the whole vision of how this whole album was going to be, how it was going to sound, the story it was going to tell, all the musicians he wanted to reference in it, and just laid out this whole metaphor for all of us to gather around and really craft. And now it sounds crazy 15 years later to have it like a concept album with how music has changed, but it was like, I mean, once you start something, we got to finish it.
And we're talking metal.
It's you know, when we wrote it, we wanted to explore a bunch of genres. We don't consider ourselves metal. We are more melodic hard rock. You know, we're sharing a stage tomorrow with Pretty Crooked. If people haven't heard them, you got to listen to them. They're pretty intense and great. But you know, they're more of a 90s grunge with a metal flavor to it.
Sure. Right.
We're more of a classic hard rock, you know, with an Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath, Pearl Jam, Kicker type of, you know, underpinning. But we wanted to really explore different genres with the hard rock core and heartbeat, but really the different genres for a different section of the album, for different songs to tell a different story.
Right.
You know, the real blues-based one, Strange Passenger, fits the man meets girl, doesn't have a great experience, man leaves girl. So that's kind of the blues way to
I feel like I've heard that story before.
Once or twice. Yeah. But,
so why are you an accidental singer?
So when Jeff got this thing going,
Hear how his voice went, so, you know.
so now. That's right.
He's like, oh shit, I gotta sound like a singer now.
They had people who played drums and they had people who played guitar, and they had nobody that would get up and sing. And so Jeff and I, a mutual friend of ours, that's hey, you know, once you do it, right, it's good. But a mutual friend of ours, Murad, he had seen me late night at Trader Todd's singing some drunk karaoke, and he's like, man, you can sing. And I was just like, I don't know, I guess I don't know. And I was probably 25 years old at this point.
Okay, right.
I wasn't a spring chicken. And he's like, no, you got to talk to Jeff because he's doing this thing. And that thing just kept morphing and changing, and it was really casual at first, but I would say, like, in the Altered Stage days, right, like the goal was like we're doing a show every month. Like, we're getting out there and we're doing it. So you went from one show, and then it's like, let's start planning the next one. And when it first got going, it was hilarious because I think, like, I would sing, and then every now and then one other person would jump in and do it, but it would be like we played 22 songs and I'd sing 21.
And we all had to learn 22 songs sometimes in like 3 days.
Yeah.
If that, you know, Nick, especially sometimes the morning of, you're like, oh, I better work on this one.
Yeah.
But like the way it worked was each member would pick a song. And so it's not like everyone's trying to make all songs that he can sing. It's like he's going from Green Day to Ain't No Sunshine to like
Black Label Society.
Yeah, like
we did what was it? One of the Beach Boys songs, Good Vibrations.
Yeah,
and it's like, I'm the only one that sings. How are we doing
Good
Vibrations? Like,
Good
how is this
Vibrations.
going to work? And we did it. But
I guess I'm buying a harmonizer.
I think Frankie Valli once. You did Frankie Valli?
Yeah, Frankie Valli. Yeah,
that's
no
right.
falsetto. No, negative falsetto.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. And what do you do in the band?
Well, tonight I'm going to be the percussionist.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm going to be the keyboard player. I guess I'm the auxiliary kind of bench player, right?
He's an all-star, all-positions player. He plays every instrument, and while he doesn't admit to play them well, he's more than proficient.
I met these guys as I was one of the instructors at the said Altered Stage Club. I was the drum and keyboard instructor.
Yeah.
And made lifelong friends with these guys. So yeah.
Catch Nick a few times a week at Gibson's or Hugo's.
Yeah, I have a piano bar gig weekly. Several of them weekly. Yeah, that's fun.
On Rush?
Mm-hmm. Gibson's on Rush. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
2 or 3 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
so before I was hanging out down there, Hugo's Frog Bar was my favorite place in the city for a long time.
Yeah, I'm there 3 or 4 nights a week usually. Yeah.
No kidding. Okay, interesting. Wow, that's interesting. Well, I mean, normally I don't do this early, but I want to hear you guys. normally we talk a little bit more and bullshit a little bit, but I don't know. No, I guess I think I want to hear you guys play a little something
Freshly
real quick.
practiced.
Sure
so
will.
we can do that.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back.
Be right back. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast.
Your Sunday nights just got a whole lot bluesier. Get ready for the Bus Stop Blues, a show that takes you deep into the soul of the blues with classic hits, road stories, and live jam sessions. Hosted by bluesman Kevin Purcell and me, the one and only Road Bill. The Bus Stop Blues is 2 hours of nonstop blues, banter, and badassery. Check out the Bus Stop Blues podcast at thebusstopblues.com, where you can listen on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, or any other major podcast platform. Hop on board the Bus Stop Blues, where the blues never stops rolling.
All right, everybody. For the first time, I saw her face.
I'm sorry, that was wait,
Okay,
it's red. We're recording.
it's red. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, there you go.
All right, everybody. For the first time tonight, Altered Route.
Every day the same. Roll into a paycheck. 6 for the drain. Drink my 40 on the way back. Soul's nearly drained. There's gotta be a way out. The signal in my brain stopping me with self-doubt. Draw no more, I'm clean and free. The man ain't got his grip on me. Draw no more, I'm my own man. Gotta engineer a plan. Draw no more, I'm clean and free. The man ain't got his grip on me. Draw no more, I'm my own man. Getting out, I know I can. Rolling to the main. Times are moving faster. Cube sits and waits there to please the master. Draw no more, I'm clean and free. The man ain't got his grip on me. Draw no more, I'm my own man. Gotta engineer a plan. Draw no more, I'm clean and free. The man ain't got his grip on me. Draw no more, I'm my own man. Step on out if I still can. No more, no more.
Outstanding.
Everybody always brings the dudes with them. Nobody brings any girls in the crowd. You know, they're always
Yeah, I know.
what the heck, man? I thought you guys do this for the chicks. You know, what the heck? You know, somebody, you know, these things are all mislabeled again. I missed your guitar solo. I'm so pissed off at myself right now. That microphone is actually wired into 2.
Other people use the studio. They move stuff around. And
You want to roll it again?
No, that's all right. You're gonna play some more. So
Okay, cool.
don't worry about it. Cool. So tell us about that song. Who wrote it?
Patrick, so this I better put my headphones on. Sorry. This was the one that Patrick came to my house one day and for Metal Church.
Yeah.
And he came with this riff.
I mean, it was just like this, like.
Yeah.
It just sounded like a train rolling through.
Uh-huh.
And then so I really like songs when it makes you. It doesn't sound exactly like a train, but I wanted you to hear and be like, oh, this train, and like this idea of the commuter that's going on his day-to-day job, droning through life. And so to have it be like this train chugging along, because that's what you feel like when you get up every day and then like I had to commute down to Schaumburg every day out of the city. And so it's just like, oh, I'm like trudging this along. And so like this idea of this train that doesn't stop, and then it has this like feeling of like I can't get out of it. And so I just wanted to make like this riff that just felt like it cycled kind of like forever.
Yeah.
And then keep it basic, and then kind of call out kind of songs that, you know, reference trains or
Right.
And so that's where it came from. And then he put the whole story together of the drone man.
Yeah.
And so that one song became like the blueprint, the skeleton for the whole album.
Yeah. No.
And I think the lyrical idea just kind of came after we were jamming through that riff from what I remember.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, the words just sort of materialized. And once we started playing with this concept, we really got to realize that, hey, we write this one song, the lyrics came out. I'm like, it was based on a story I had written in college. Mm-hmm. And the just to keep it as abbreviated as possible, when I was going to school, I was probably a sophomore in college, living with my grandma and grandpa, taking the train from Arlington Heights into the city. And after a while, you know, I was going in the city 2 or 3 days a week, but it doesn't matter. Whenever I was there in the morning, there was this one cat well beyond retirement age, still trudging into the city and never said a word, but was always there at exactly the same time. Always had the Sun Times under his arm and a donut and a cup of coffee. And I started watching this guy, and like he knew exactly when to get up from inside the station to go out, and he knew exactly where the train was going to stop. The doors would always open as if the train stopped for him. Right. And I started watching this like, fuck, this is a drag, man. Why am I going to school for this? This is miserable.
Maybe he was a ghost.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, he might have been. From the 1800s,
Ghost,
maybe. Because he could have been around that long.
Commuter ghost. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so it started to, the story started to unfold a little bit, thinking about the idea of people just going through life on autopilot, not ever stopping to kind of wake up and look what's going around. But then you find yourself that guy's age, just carrying this square briefcase in, you know, for 50 years. Like, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. And I almost dropped out of school. You know, I saw these cats putting up a sign over a Dunkin' Donuts, and I was working in hotel maintenance at the time. And I saw these guys, it was cold out, and, you know, I'm getting ready to commute into work and all that. And these guys were just having the best time, and I'm wearing a suit. This is now, I'm going out of that same train station a few years later, and I see these guys just enjoying themselves. Like, I want to be those guys up in an awning. I don't care if it's 30 degrees out. They're actually outside having fun. Yeah. I stuck with school, but here I am now, long story short. But the whole idea of the album truly is a concept record, which, like Patrick said, is unheard of in today's world, in streaming world. So we had this idea of building this record, And one of the songs that we're going to play, we're actually not going to play that one tonight. But there was a very
I don't know. We had the last guy. We had the waterboard. The last guy to convince him to do
We
it.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I can get the waterboard out
We
again.
can get the waterboard again. Yeah.
Oh, we can play any of these. Actually, this is fourth in our idea of what we wanted to play today.
So I guess that was my next question. You kind of hit on it. Why a concept album? Because I mean, let's face it, nobody's really interested in a concept album right now.
And that's why.
Yeah.
Because we want to make something that nobody's going to listen to.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. We want no one to hear this music.
Well, you said you started this 15 years ago.
Yeah. And they still weren't going around that. I mean, it's like, if you think about it, the idea is we always looked at this, or at least I did, as a true expression of creativity. And it was less about notoriety and getting recognized. It's more about the beauty of making music to begin with, and the beauty of the listener actually being focused on the music. So if 6 people listen to our album from front to back, sweet, dude. Did you hear the message? And if not, it's like, I didn't know Pink Floyd The Wall, my very first album, was a concept album until, I was only 11 or whatever. So I kind of figured out later, late night, I get it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody realizes that their concept album is a concept album until somebody tells them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Unless they set out to create one.
Yeah, like
Right.
Roger did.
Yeah. Like I had somebody once tell me one time that Def Leppard Pyromania was a concept album. And I was like, and I mean, you look at the cover art on it and you look at the songs, right? And then you look at all the music videos. All the music videos from that album were about somebody on fire or walking through hellfire and brimstone and the whole bit.
Yeah.
And then the song Pyromania, right?
Right,
And I was
right.
like, well, I guess it is a concept album.
Yeah, man. The reason is truly that people don't stop. And I think in this world, there's probably, 5 single-digit % people that take the time to stop throughout the day. And taking an hour to actually actively listen to and experience music in whatever state of mind your head is at that time is really what we were going for. And vinyl is making a big comeback and has been for a while. Younger kids are listening to the old music on vinyl. And we wanted to do something a little bit different than just crap out a bunch of singles. And no offense to anyone who's doing that. I don't mean to say crap them out, but to just do a bunch of singles and to, our next album may just be that. But for this one, we wanted to tell a story, and we wanted to tell this story that is meant to help people wake up a little bit if you hear the lyrics and feel the vibe of the actual music underneath it.
Yeah. Well, I got to give it to you for that because, I mean, I guess if you're going for something that's going to be a little more commercial, which you've already said you're not, I mean, that's definitely what the streaming services aren't looking for.
Concept albums.
The next, they're not looking for the next, Paradise Theater
That's
album
right.
or whatever,
That's right.
which is one of my favorite albums. I
It's
don't
a
care what
good
anybody
one.
thinks.
Yeah.
That's a great concept album right there. Well, interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, did you do it also maybe more so for you want to, like you said, you don't want to put together an album of singles where everything sounds different. Are you going for like a certain continuity? Is that kind of the method behind it or the thought process behind it?
Well, I think when Jeff set out the vision, he put this whole document together like a book, and before each song, he would say this is where the journey is for the Drone Man. This is what it should sound like, and he'd list off 3 to 5 other songs that for references.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it's a concept album because it all kind of sounds the same or is in the same genre. It's more of this is the story of a person going from the very start where they've realized I'm on this journey and I don't want to be on it. I want to get off the train. Yeah. And then each stop is I want to get off, but I'm introduced to this strange passenger who's this, he can speak to it better than I can. People that bring you down or try to take you off this path to creativity. Mm-hmm. And then you deal with insomnia, you deal with depression, you deal with all these things that get in your way in life that prevent you from going down a creative path. And so it really wasn't we're doing this one thing about, Pyromania, everything is about fire or it was more of just this is a journey of a life and we can't tell that in one song. And we like all these different types of music that are, leaning towards hard rock. And so it was just more of like just pulling up all of the favorite stuff. Like we like Alice in Chains, so we have a song that sounds like Alice in Chains in there. We like Pearl Jam, so we reference that. We like Iron Maiden, so we're referencing that. And then we kind of like merge them together for us because we like it, but also, we're all kind of, same age, have gone through that same journey in life. And so we can kind of like talk to each other musically, and we played these things all together with altered stage. So like we can talk to each other in the same language to build an album that we would like. And so that was kind of our goal, not really sticking in one genre, but really focus on the stuff that we think we're decent at, I guess.
All right, so hear me out. We call Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
We've got this album, right? We need to create the character of the drone man. And the train is like his own personal purgatory.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's good, you don't know if he's evil. And every stop he gets off, he has a different experience. And at the end of the train ride, he has to decide what he's going to do. Now, we can do it. Let's sign the contract. I get 10%.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I've reached out to Rob. Don't worry.
Have you really?
No.
Yeah.
That would have been the shit. If you did it. Wow.
We were waiting for this podcast to get credibility with Rob.
Our next step is horror movie.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Well, you're going to do the score for it.
That
brother.
makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm into it. I get it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And a lot of genres get touched. I mean, that's the thing. We, like Patrick said, we didn't want to just have something that sounds the same. Actually, every song is very, very different.
Yeah.
And we worked with a record label executive to help us sort of refine and get the story and the promotion done right.
Right.
And he's like, the thing that is really interesting that I love about it, it's very different from anything that's out there.
Right.
And it does touch on so many genres. And in that document Patrick talked about, there are references of music from everything to, Buddy Guy to Madonna to everything in between that we talked about with the Pearl Jams and Maidens and Sabbaths of the world.
Yeah. I'd almost say it's a little all over the place, right? Because it is the mood of the drone man. Like he's just like, there are days that he's down and there's days that he's up and he sees light at the end of the tunnel. And there's times that it's like, oh, no, I don't.
Dark.
And so like the songs, we've got elements that continue throughout the album. Like the train is obviously there and a lot of different things. But it's just, really it all kind of hinges on kind of what's going on with the drone man and his his world and his life at that time. And that's what that song kind of will say. So yeah, we're all over the place really with it when you look at the different kind of genres that we touch.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time to hear another one.
Okay.
Running from thing to thing, what's to show? Searching for life between life. And so I try to find time for me, but in the flow there's no life between life. Lost in a fantasy, there I go, looking for life between life. And so I snap back to reality, feeling low, don't see the life between life. I can't see what's in front of me. Oh, even though it's all I know, I can't see what's in front of me. Oh, even though it's all I know. Ooh, it's all I know. Erasing my memory. Oh, watch it go. Seeing that there's life between life. Feeling there's no such thing. Oh, 'cause I know my whole life is just life. I can't see right in front of me. Connectivity between me and me. I can't see right in front of me. Connectivity between me and me. I can see right in front of me. Connectivity between me and me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
All right. That was a mild ending. I didn't put the
It
applause
was.
because it was mild.
It was very mild.
I'm
yeah.
all tranquil.
I'm
and
just
shit now.
snapping
Yes,
my fingers here.
There we go. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
It's good.
Uh-oh.
Crickets that you
Ooh.
we summon the crickets.
So peaceful. Yeah, no, that was good. Interesting, guys.
Yeah.
So how far are you along with this? I mean, is the album done?
Album, yeah, we released the album in early March.
But nobody's heard it though. No.
Nobody.
You've heard the whole thing? Wow, nice.
We have
excellent.
we have some good YouTube numbers.
Yeah, we got some actually in our record label guide said that actually we've done pretty well for a new band with not a huge following, that we're getting a lot of great data from all the streaming services. We've got a lot of great feedback.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's just a function of the music instead of mistake, but we've gotten a lot of good feedback from it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think the crazy thing is like just geographically, right? Like it's one of those things where you're like, okay, we're putting this thing out there and then we're going to, see where it goes. And then, some of the statistics that Jeff is pulling back and he's just like, we're really popular in South America right now. Like there's some stuff kind of popping right there.
Big in Brazil.
Yeah.
Big in Brazil, real big in Brazil. But it's like, it's crazy to even think that. And I think with YouTube, that's not really your concept album kind of thing. Like, so you're taking down the video and then, it's song by song. But with Spotify, I mean, I kind of feel like, there's some traction, right?
Yeah.
And it's been fun to watch like that stuff build.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that's interesting. I'm sitting here just kind of dumbfounded because to make a concept album these days, and it goes back to something that we talked about on a podcast a long time ago now, actually, and it was something that Ray said, and I love the fact that he said it. I'll remember this till the day that I die. Yeah. We were talking about bands that use a lot of backing tracks, and you go out and you see a band, and people go out and they like them because they sound exactly like the original recordings. They sound exactly like the bands that they knew and love, right? And on a certain level, God bless them. They're going out, they're having fun. It's like what you guys were talking about. They finish their work day on Friday. They go out, they have a few beers, they hang out with friends. It's stress release. They're having a good time. But on some level, if that's the type of music that you prefer, that makes you a lazy listener.
Agreed.
It makes you a lazy listener. You have to be attentive.
Yeah.
If you go out and see something that you've never heard before, certainly something that is not popular, something like if you go out and perform a concept album, it's in its entirety, right? It takes effort and energy to sit there and be engaged as a listener.
Yep.
Right.
And this environment currently is fun in that regard too, because these are not what they sound like on the album. So we were referencing like Tiny Desk a lot. It's like, how can we keep the essence of these songs alive, but in an intimate one room recording environment, so.
And Zeppelin was notorious for, and I'm really air quoting, the disappointment for those people that are looking for the album experience. They never got it. And their live experience was its own experience.
Right.
So, there's some layers on the studio album, but we're really excited about performing it start to finish tomorrow night at Livewire. And we're going to do just that. So it's going to sound really cool.
Yeah.
It won't have all the sound effects and all that. And that's pretty much by design. And honestly, we didn't want to get into that complexity.
Yeah.
And you'll get people out there that will catch a little bit of the song and say, oh, I've heard this before. And you're like, no, you didn't. You have never heard this song before.
That's right.
Yeah. And we're living in the crappiest market for original music. We really are. Yeah. We shouldn't be. You think being in Chicago, being arguably the second or third largest media market in our country, and Chicago, when it comes to original music, the venues are not receptive to original artists. I mean, I travel all over the world for what I do for my day job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every place else has better original music than the city of Chicago. Yeah. And I hope I hope that changes.
Yeah.
So I give you a lot for doing that. I mean, we're losing clubs every single year that cater to and welcome live music. But you go to places like the Twin Cities, or you go to Madison, Wisconsin, or you go to other areas around here. They've got clubs everywhere where you're hearing original music, but not here. And I hope that changes. I really do.
You guys are helping make that change. And Chicago is one of the better rock cities in the country. And you're right about original music across genres, but in terms of rock, it's, I'm proud to live in Chicago and have the rock community we have. Yeah, absolutely.
The only negative thing you can say about it is we are the tribute band capital of the world.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's right.
We are the tribute band capital of the world here. Yeah,
totally.
And there's other cities that are like tribute band. No. We don't want that here in our part. Save that for the amphitheaters or whatever it is. Right. So that's awesome. Yeah. So what else you guys got coming up? Where can people see you?
This is the only gig that we have right now.
Okay.
It is from it's an organizational nightmare because there's a lot of planes that need to be caught in order to make, and a lot of schedules to be massage in order to make it all align. So, that's kind of a work in progress. It's why we're pretty excited about the gig tomorrow night for people that have wanted to come see us and to see the whole concept performed live. It's going to be a cool experience. So we expect
it's an event.
Turn out.
It's an event.
It's an event.
It doesn't happen every weekend.
One time only.
One night only.
That's what we're saying, right?
Wow.
To do it in its entirety in order. And, again, we're also pretty excited to play with Pretty Crooked. They're really good guys.
Yeah. So you're on Spotify, you're on all the streaming services, basically. What about web pages or anything like that? Can people find you socially?
All over.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all over. Our YouTube channel is pretty robust. We've got, I think, 5 official videos out or 6 official videos out. And we get a lot of action on YouTube. People just playing YouTube playlists that we've been popping up to. We get a lot of listeners through there.
Yeah.
But Spotify, we released 3 singles in advance. It was 3, right? 3. Yeah, 3 singles in advance. And then we released the whole album, and we've been sort of featuring different tracks since March.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Excellent.
It seems like everybody does that now. Single.
Yeah. And that's what's nice about having somebody putting out an entire album.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah. We wanted to tease the whole album, and it was really a way to start to build listenership instead of just dropping an album and have nobody know. A lot of the playlisters picked us up. Ironically, like Sean was saying, that people from all over the world have heard it, and which to us is really pleases the crap out of us because, it's a global story about losing oneself through life.
Right.
And the music of hard rock, South America is big with hard rock. Maiden will pull in 300,000 in some of those football stadiums down there.
Yeah.
And so it's like
football. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, it's about that time. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks a lot.
We enjoyed meeting you guys and listening to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
us.
it.
It was great.
Great.
Awesome.
The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast is edited by Paul Martin. Theme song courtesy of M&R Rush. The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast does not own the rights to any of the music heard on the show. The music is used to promote the guests that are featured.
Roll, Chicago.